EA Sports. I'm Ed Cohen. Great to be joined by Jay Williams. Should be a terrific game here tonight. We're at Barclays Center in Brooklyn. Tonight, the Brooklyn Nets getting set to match up with the Toronto Raptors. The Nets able to control the tip. We're underway in Brooklyn. Russell. Jay Williams, kid from Jersey, rooted for the Nets growing up. And where do you live now? Brooklyn.
Of course, I'm following my favorite team, and these comments are probably going to sound biased because they are. But Brooklyn is a completely different place. Only 5 minutes outside Manhattan. It almost feels like a suburb of the city. And the fact that it's culturally relevant, it just feels like Brooklyn is the new place to be.
Nothing going here on that drive. Tough-looking shot there. Still gets it to go down.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays. No one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
Russell. Here comes the screen. To Russell. Down to 5 on the 24. Here's a chance from long range. Smothering D.
Shooters shoot. Period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the phone with that superior confidence.
Here's Leonard for 2. Rebounded by Russell. To Russell. The Nets now with 4 to shoot. Rebounds taken down by the Raptors. Lowry into the front court. Leads a bucket.
Come on, you're right. Come on, you're right.
Baseline drive. Short jumper off the mark.
You see, Ed, this is what the refs need to start calling. The defender hit the shooter right around the waist, which made him lunge into his shot and took away all of his concentration for it.
Russell. 5 on the shot clock. Knocks it down from mid-range.
That was a tough shot. The guy was in your pocket. He even contested the shot. Everything was going according to plan until then.
Lowry with it. Looking to make something happen. To Leonard. Nothing going here on that drive. Stuffs it down with authority.
It looks like he's using his ball handling to feel the game out. I know it looks like he's just playing around out there trying to get the fans going. That is true.
D'Angelo Russell. His first effort off the mark.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
The shot almost. Across the timeline, it's Lowry. 2-point advantage. To Leonard. Pascal Siakam to Danny Green. Leonard. Kawhi Leonard is going to get a chance at 3 here. A career 84% free throw shooter. Knocks down the first. Second and 3 is good.
Good shot.
Substitutions, Toronto.
3 for 3. Nice. Dinwiddie with the basketball. has a chance. The screen sets him up for two.
The pro game has really come down to PNRs. Let's see how the defense adjusts.
Lynn with it. Counting down towards 1 minute to play here in the opening quarter. To Leonard. Nothing going here on that drive. Short jumper misses. Kawhi Leonard. 2 of 4 now.
Attack mode isn't a switch that you can just turn on and off. He needs to do more of that. We need to see him penetrate, get into that lane, and create.
To Hollis Jefferson. Knocked loose. Brooklyn with 4 to shoot. Fires the 3. Well, their first 3, and they're right back in it within a possession in this first quarter.
Well, I don't want to live in the past, but if you got a couple of those to drop earlier, you could have had a nice lead. Now, we got a dogfight.
Leonard to Ibaka. From long range. Misfires. It's no good. This for the tie. Final shot of the period. Almost. It would have counted first quarter. Second quarter set to start. This is what we like. This game is certainly in the balance.
I know you're wondering why I'm clapping. Both teams came out in the first quarter and they executed. When do you ever see that, Ed? You have to continue to bring those competitive juices into the second quarter, and we're going to have one heck of a ball.
And Kawhi Leonard buries the 3 with a hand in his face.
As a defender, you should take it personally when a contested 3 goes in. That's good defense, but it's not good enough.
To Dinwiddie. Serge Ibaka pins it.
Just incredible timing on that swat.
Lays it up and in.
I'm not sure that wasn't an offensive foul, but take it when you can get it.
For the Raptors right now, it's twofold. Not just winning with Kawhi, but trying to keep Kawhi.
I think Toronto has to look at this as a one-year lease. You have to get as much out of Kawhi as you go as to win one now.
Kawhi Leonard with a chance at a 4-point play. He's perfect from the line so far. 3-pointer and now a free throw on the trip. Brooklyn with the basketball. To Russell. To Dinwiddie. Cleared by Ibaka. Lowry into the front court. Lead stands at 7. Runner's good there.
I love the drive to the basket there. Instead of trying to go around or over, go through.
Russell into the front court. He'll run the offense. To Dinwiddie. To Russell. For 3. So the first points for him in this first half, and he knocks it down for 3.
Yeah, they really need him to get going. Really surprised that none of his teammates have been the most. They have to uplift him, help him continue to be confident on the court.
Kawhi Leonard. Another chance. Marc Gasol. He's finally on the board. Makes his first shot. Play is stopped. Timeout for Brooklyn as they'll talk things over here in the second quarter. Both coaches dipping into their reserves. Changes coming onto the floor. Russell to Hollis Jefferson. To Russell. Shot clock winding down. Has a look. Levert with a shot, no good.
I just love where this takes you into the psychological battle as a player offensively. Was that a great contest, or did you just miss the shot? But now you have me thinking about that the entire next possession.
To Lowry. Going to launch beyond the arc. Kyle Lowry wide open. Makes them pay from 3.
Great shot by the offense, but the defense, you can't afford to collapse off that penetration. I'd rather a team take a tough 2 than a wide open 3.
To Russell. The Nets now with 4 to shoot. Fires the 3, knocks it down. And Jay, so much better to get that shot beyond the arc than inside 22 feet.
For average shooters, that's not a great shot. But for a great shooter, that's a good look.
Leonard to Gasol. Marc Gasol. He's 2 for 2 now.
Old school equals high percentage.
Russell with it up top. They find themselves down 10. To Hollis Jefferson. Ref blows the whistle, and he calls a 5-second back to the basket violation. Looks like both teams are making substitutions. Leonard had made his first couple, but he misses there. Russell into the front court. Under a minute to go before halftime. Toronto with the basketball. Turns and slams it down.
So many people think making assists is creating something razzle and dazzle. Sometimes giving the ball up early is the right play and the most efficient.
To Russell. 4-3. D'Angelo Russell bothered just enough on that one. Lowry into the front court. Up a dozen. Well done, Kyle Lowry. That's 3 now on 4 shots.
Big shout out to the athletic trainer for this team. It's obvious you've been doing all the preparation required of your team in the weight room in the offseason. Flex on them a little bit.
Russell. Corner 3 at the buzzer. That'll do it for the period. The Raptors enjoying a sizable lead.
I'm Jalen Rose, and this is your EA Sports Halftime Report. The Raptors entered the locker room at halftime with a significant lead, and they've been showing off some excellent shooting, and it's ultimately points that win games. So if they can keep this up, there's a great chance they can finish with a victory. These are the guys getting buckets for the Toronto Raptors. Have a look at the leading scorers for the Brooklyn Nets.
Game track. field goals.
The Brooklyn Nets weren't efficient with their shooting, and therefore they weren't effective with their offense. Their field goal percentage is lacking, and it's probably the biggest reason for their first half deficit. Most of their bricks were laid.
Player of the half. Who was cold?
No one wants to be picked for this segment, but he couldn't avoid it. Maybe he'll turn things around in the second half. Here we go with the top plays from the first half.
Number 2. Number 1.
And with that, I'm sending it back to Ed and Jay to bring you the rest of the game.
The ball controlled by Kyle Lowry. Nice pass to set things up. Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down.
Man, they are just continuing to pour it on. But the one thing we know about in this league, you have to make sure that you continue to play with energy because leads can evaporate quickly.
To Russell. Shot from the lane won't go. Lowry with it. His guys lead here early stages, third quarter. Looking good, 4 for 5.
It just seems like nobody can stop him but him. Once he's found his offensive swag, that boy's deadly.
Now the Nets going to take a timeout as their coaching staff wants to talk things over here in this third quarter. Russell. Shot misses there by Allen.
And it's never a great thing when possession about the shot you just missed. Now you know you're in that player's head mentally.
Marc Gasol. That's how it's done. He's 4 for 4 in the game.
2 points. Take them any way you can get them.
It's Brooklyn's ball. Russell. Probing the defense. Danny Green. They'll get it down to Leonard. Old school. Backs his man down for the basket.
2 points. Take them any way you can get them.
Russell with it up top. His guys down big. Kawhi Leonard rejects it.
Just erasing mistakes left and right.
Lowry to Leonard. Stuffs it down with authority.
It's easy to become mesmerized when you watch a player who can create off the dribble. We call that dancing. When you allow a player to dance with that much space, that's Prob City.
Russell. Across the timeline, it's Lowry. His guys hold a commanding lead. Count the bucket for 2.
And did you see the lift on the shot? Did you see the ball release off the hand? To be able to have the concentration to finish with such a feathery touch in the midst of contact, that's something special to watch.
Russell. Brooklyn with 4 to shoot. With the fadeaway. Burns him for the basket.
And if you don't contest, he's knocking that down with ease.
It's the Raptors with the basketball. Here comes the screen. Surveys the floor. Well, leaves the defender in the dust. To Lowry. 5 to shoot for Toronto. Leonard. And knocks it down. Jay, the defender, tough to gamble that time beyond the arc.
Well, that change is inevitable. And one of the things that continues to fascinate me about this game, usually when you see a good three-point shooting team, their shoulders are square to the basket. That's no longer the case in today's game. These guys are off balance, they're moving different ways, yet they still have extreme shot-making ability.
We have both squads set to make some moves right now.
Substitutions, Toronto.
Now a steal as the Raptors have it.
You know, Ed, sometimes you're just more ready to play than your opponent. The intensity and the effort is off the charts.
Down low for Leonard to Ibaka. Jared Allen with a piece.
Just incredible timing on that swat.
Deep left corner. Doesn't have the touch. No good. Lynn with it. His guys can get a 2 for 1 if they time this out. Serge Ibaka slams it down.
That's the intensity you need to see. Whenever a player running back on defense after a dunk like that holds the inside of his forearm, it lets you know how hard he dunked that basketball.
Toronto. Gets it to go. Could have been more. A lot of contact, but no foul.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Dinwiddie into the front court. Down a bundle. That misses with a second to go. That's the end of the quarter. It's been all Raptors. Brooklyn basketball here as we start the fourth quarter. They're looking up at a big margin, and that, Jay, shouldn't come as a surprise to many.
Well, for them to have a chance to win, I'm glad they brought their A game in their backpacks here to the arena, but that's not enough. They need their A-plus game, and they need to execute down the stretch. You need to throw everything in the bag at them in order to win this game.
Russell to Dinwiddie. And it's Leonard there to clear the rebound.
And you knew this game had a chance to get out of hand pretty quickly because of the communication. When these guys stepped on the court edge,
Flushes down the slam.
and there's nothing more mentally. Teammates are unselfish and make sure that you get the ball because they want you to drop 70 on them, maybe like Devin Booker did last year.
To Russell, taken by the Raptors.
Ooh, I think people are leaving already.
Danny Green, a pass stolen by the Nets.
Tonight, it may not cost you, but in a playoff game, it will.
Count it.
2 points.
Toronto has the basketball.
Screen.
Sizing up the defense. Pascal Siakam. Russell into the front court. Looking to make something happen. The Nets now with 4 to shoot. Trying to cash in. Got it to go on the step back. Jay, he found a way.
You see, the great playmakers see the shot before it ever happens. They recognized how they were being guarded on the previous set, and then they make the necessary adjustments.
Leonard to Lowry. Short jumper to Russell. And look out. Big finish at the rim. Now the Raptors going to use a timeout as they'll talk things over here in this 4th quarter.
Do you like the word discount? Of course you do. Save 10% on all merchandise when you purchase 3 or more items at one of our arena stores. This offer is only valid during today's game, so take advantage of this great opportunity.
Mixing things up. Hockey line substitutions. Both teams making changes.
Subbing in for the Raptors, number 9.
Leonard to Lowry. Brooklyn, and watch him do the rest. Slam dunk.
You know, Ed, the effort is what concerns me the most. Effort is replenishable. If you're tired, raise your hand, check yourself out. Get somebody who actually wants to get back in transition and play some defense. That will help your team win the game, not you just staying in the game to be better on offense.
Offensive board. Now a steal as the Raptors have it.
You better get back on D. This thing is not over.
Leonard. And a bad pass as it's taken away by the Nets. Marc Gasol sends it away.
Ed, that's light work for a guy with his ability.
Pascal Siakam, strong finish. Jay, that's been the story this evening.
I mean, another one? Another dunk? Another easy possession? I mean, how demoralizing can this be for the team? Why am I the only one yelling? I don't see anybody on the bench yelling. I don't see anybody on the court even angry right now.
Can't connect from in close. Ball's controlled by the Raptors. Russell with it up top. He'll run the offense. Yes, D'Angelo Russell. Consistent effort. He's at 50%.
Hey, look, pretty dudes can mix it up once in a while too, I guess.
Now a whistle, and Toronto's going to use a timeout. High fives all around. This game is well in hand in the final minute.
If you would like to participate in an upcoming event, you can register at our team website for more details.
Both coaches hitting the reset button. Fresh legs coming onto the floor.
Number 14, Danny Green. Subbing in for Brooklyn, number 9,
Leonard. And it's Harris who's able to clear the rebound. Has a chance. Levert with a shot, no good. It's the Raptors with the victory as they win this one in very convincing fashion. For Jay Williams and all our crew, I'm Ed Cohen saying so long for now. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports.
Here, and I've got your EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Raptors could not have been more dominant in this game. The scoring display they put on is going to be hard to forget. It's hard to imagine anyone doesn't come away impressed with how effectively they score their points. What you see here is how the majority of the points were scored for the Toronto Raptors. It wasn't a great performance by these guys. And unfortunately, we have video evidence. Viewer discretion advised. Check out the leading scores for the Brooklyn Nets.
Game track. Rebounds.
The Brooklyn Nets lost the battle for rebounds. And in turn, they ended up losing the game. You won't find too many people who are surprised when they hear that combination.
Player of the game.
Kawhi Leonard could not have been more impressive in this game. The way he scored the basketball looked like he was playing with kids in high school. This isn't the segment you want to be in, of course, but even the best players find their way into this part of the show. We handpicked them for you. Here are the top plays.
Number 2. Number 1.
That does it for us. On behalf of the rest of the crew, good night.